Hi, welcome everyone. We will be going through Bank Nifty futures analysis of 1 minute candlestick chart and bar by bar analysis of price action, the setups that were possible and how they could have been traded with entry, stop, and profit booking. Right, so let's go through this action for yesterday. The dark blue line is yesterday's high, which means basically Monday's high. This is the price action for Tuesday, the 1st of March. Price opened within yesterday's range. Bears applied the pressure, but did close near its low. So it was definitely a bearish uh, close, and bear at least looked to be winning for a while. But what you see next is immediately bulls failed the breakout. uh, when I say breakout, basically breakout below bar 1's low, and they soaked up the pressure at least momentarily. So do we know whether this is a failed breakout? No, not at least at this point of time, based on the setups that I've been outlining. If you are an aggressive trader, you can look at this is a gap up, possibility of a failure, and bulls soaking up all the pressure, and hence you are taking a chance, then it's a different story. But we need to be very much calculated and focused on the setups that we know work, those that have been back tested, and only those are being executed day in and day out. That's how you become consistent, and that's the only way you can give yourself a chance of becoming profitable. Because if you don't know something works well and you are trying to take those trades, that is what kills you. Right, so coming back to this analysis of today's bulls push the prices up for sure. You can see the moment this bar closed, they applied the pressure. Bar 3 is open and bar 2 is closed the same. So the pressure is evident from the bull side. They're not letting the selling pressure overwhelm the bullish power, right? And the bar 4 gave a follow through and it went past bar 1's high. So what you see next is bears applied the pressure, bulls also applied the pressure. Now both the parties did play their part. Let's see what goes on next. Now, whether any setups at this point of time, not that I could see, right? So then the bears came into picture. Those bears who were applying the pressure, they possibly are fading the breakout or scaling in here, right? So what you see next is a follow through from bar 5, 6, 7, right? And then there's a bar 8 as well. So 4 consecutive bear bars. Compare that with this movement up, bar 2, 3, 4. What do you see? These bears, right? Those who try to fail the breakout above basically yesterday's close, and there was a gap up, right? They saw this bullish move and they are concerned or disappointed with the expectations that they had. So looking at that, they scaled in and pushed the prices down, and then they are getting out. Let's say someone sold the close of this bar expecting the prices to continue to go down, but he's disappointed. So he's going to scale in somewhere in this zone above the high of bar 1's high, and get out at break even or maybe small profit, depends, right? So that's what you see, this momentum down. Even though there are 4 consecutive bars, the momentum is low compared with this up move, right, up thrust. So that is a clue that is being dropped. What you see next is bar, look at bar 9. This 2 bars movement is being negated in just 1 bar completely. So bears are taking control. This is a first attempt by bears to push it down. This is a second attempt by the bears to push it down, right? Bar 9. The response by bears. Bar 10, they could not go below bar this particular pivot low that you see here. Then again, immediately bulls bought it, right? They did not let the price to go down. The moment this bar closed, bulls bought it. Bears applied the pressure one more time. There are some who sold the close of bar 10. They are going to scale in. They did scale in, right? And then apply the pressure one more time. Bar 13, you see there is some pressure that is going on, and finally they gave up at bar 10's close. Okay, I have not drawn this line. Oops, sorry. So right, this is where the bears gave up because they could see that bulls are winning at this point of time. They will wait and try and sell it higher up in this region, right? So the thought process here is one push down, second push down, and this is a third push down. uh, and then this is what I call a triangle. It's not a typical textbook pattern, because textbook defines things differently. What I am looking at is basically number of pushes. So I see one push, second push, and this is the third push, which basically went down, three attempts by bears, and all of them failed. You can see these are the clues that are being dropped, right, wherein this momentum is low compared with this up move, right? So who is winning at this point of time? Who is giving up is what our main focus is. This bar 10 close is where they got out, and then you basically go long immediately on bar 14 close. I have not put this long trade here, but this is basically I was not able to uh, place the order in time. That's why I did not mark it. But this was a possible and viable trade for you to go long because of the price action analysis that I just mentioned. Right, so this is a triangle setup breakout or give up or whatever you want to call it. The point is understanding the story that is being yeah, that is unfolding. Right, so bulls took the charge and they pushed the prices up. uh, let's say you miss this trade, right? What is the thought process that is going on in your mind? You are probably going to be frustrated. You are going to be irrational. You feel, oh, you miss something. I must get in somewhere, and all those things. You have to keep all those thoughts aside, right? What you have to see is there a setup that follows my rules? Is there a setup or a trade which is according to my systems goals, or systems patterns, or systems definitions that I have laid out, right? And then only you go for it, right? I took this long trade above bar 18, even though it is into resistance. So I basically reduced my expectations for 20 points only. Why did I go for this? Is basically because it has cleared all the resistance, at least as of this point, right? And this tail on bar 17 is basically these bears who try to push or fail the breakout on bar 15. They gave up. They gave up here on bar 17, and it pushed the prices up. So this high was around 14 to 40, 35, and it definitely went 20 points for sure, right? So you got your 20 points profit on this trade. Risk 10 points when you went long above bar 17 or 16 also. 17, if you could manage to get in above 17, that's great. If not, above 16 for sure, and in both the cases you made 20 points. What you see next is bar 19, the bull breakout failed. Bar did not close really strong bearish, so that's a first sign that maybe the breakout failure is not really that strong. No follow through on bar 20, bar 21, 22. Bulls again try to take control, but there is a failure again on bar 23. This is a decent failure. Bears did try to push, but we are not going against the trend here in this case, because counter trend entries, we want to be really careful. If you can avoid them, great. Right, trend has been established. Higher high, higher low. This is a higher low. This is a higher high, higher low, higher high. Right, so definitely we are into an uptrend as far as this price action is concerned as of the first hour of the day. There is a bull flag or channel, whatever you want to call it. That's where the price basically did some pullback here, and ultimately it was not getting past the zone or below EMA, right? So what happened next is that this setup here, there is a possible long that you could take about bar 29 high as well, looking at a flag pattern. But again, this is not something that I trade, as well as this is into resistance. One attempt had failed and I did not want to take a chance. No, this might work trade unless I'm really confident. I mean, on this one I was confident, but here I did not have that kind of a confidence, so I did not go for it. Price broke out on bar 30, but it failed to close above it, but did manage to get past it on bar 31. It closed. Then you see this tail, so that means bulls are holding. Another attempt by bears on bar 33, which basically just poked below bar 32, and bulls bought below this bar 32's low. So that's a sign that the price is able to hold above yesterday's high. That is an important clue that you can draw upon. Plus there is a line that I have drawn here, which means it is finding support in this zone, and then I drew a parallel here, which is the trend channel line, and this is a trend line, right? So it possibly it is going in a channel, right? And plus this is the first push, second push, and there is a room for third push as well, right? So all these elements are aligning, and of course all these needs to be done real time and fast as you can, because there is very little time in 1 minute time frame for you to analyze and place trades. So I went long about this bar, on about bar 33 high, and this was basically 14 260, right? 259, this is 260, and it definitely gave you more than 40 points, right? And that was another long trade that I managed, even though it was beyond 945, because I could see the pattern was really well placed, and I pulled the trigger, right? So I basically got out at 40 points, and it gave me my profit target. So two trades that I managed to get out today, which is this long 20 points and this long 40 points. There was this trade that I missed, but it was also one of the valid trades. So in this day itself, this was 40 points, 20 points, and 40 points. So 100 points were possible, and our goal is to get 100 points in a week. If you can manage to get 100 points in a week, you are really on track to be a consistently successful trader. And there are moves like this in Bank Nifty futures, wherein you get 100 points in a day itself if you are patient and following your rules really well. Okay, that's it from my side. I hope it all helped. Thank you.